country will be woke no longer.
President Trump, in his first address to Congress last year, vowing to end woke, a catch-all term for a liberal agenda. Trump vowed to recognize only two sexes, men and women, and push back on more liberal interpretations of history, culture, and beyond. He had already dismantled all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. One of his targets was universities, accusing institutions such as Harvard, Columbia, and others of being bastions of the liberal elite. He took action to remove federal funding from schools that refused to reform. His administration also moved to restrict the number of foreign students at America's educational institutions, which produced some compliance but also protests and backlash.
When legal immigrants and others who are lawfully in this country, including so many of your international students, worry about being wrongly detained and even deported, perhaps it's fitting that you hear from an immigrant like me.
The so-called war on woke extended to cultural institutions like the Smithsonian, whose famous museums line Washington, D.C.'s National Mall. Trump argued that the U.S. should focus less on the history of slavery and more on the ideas of the country's founding fathers. Not every American agreed with his view.
It is part of history, even though everyone doesn't agree with it. It still happened. We can't erase that. We can learn from it, especially if we disagree with what happened. But I definitely think it should still be untouched because we can't change what happened in history. We can just learn from it.
The cultural divide in the U.S. was perhaps most exposed in September last year, following the assassination of right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk during a rally he held in Utah. His memorial was a scene of anger and defiance from key members of the Trump administration and beyond.
The day that Charlie died, the angels wept, but those tears have been turned into fire in our hearts. And that fire burns with a righteous fury that our enemies cannot comprehend or understand.
As the U.S. prepares to celebrate its 250th year of independence this July 4th, cultural debates surrounding American values, the country's history, and its future direction are likely to continue. Victor Ning, CGTN.